What stands between your smartphone and connections to the HPC community? We'll find out next. Welcome to SC21 TV. I'm your host, Charla Bokikio. We are live at the SC21 TV news desk, meeting leaders in the high-performance community. And with me now are Jason Coclanes of Pier Group and Lance Hutchinson of SCinet. Welcome, Jason and Lance.
Thank you.
I think I got that name right, Coclanes.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Well, welcome, Jason, and welcome back to Lance. I know we spoke on, I think, Monday evening. Yeah. So let's find out what you guys are up to. Lance, you have worked with Jason to bring the wireless connectivity to attendees here at SC21. Tell me a little bit about that relationship and what challenges and opportunities have you faced this year in particular?
Sure. So the SC conference has some pretty demanding users when it comes to bringing lots of devices with them, and especially this year wanting to watch virtual content and live streams happening throughout the conference. And wireless network infrastructure is a key piece of that attendee experience, so that there's reliable, high bandwidth, wireless connectivity available throughout this entire America Center Convention Center. And Pier Group is our platinum contributor for this year in partnership with SCinet to deploy that infrastructure that's being used by all of the attendees.
It seems to have been going seamlessly so far.
Absolutely, yeah, sure has.
So, Jason, Pier Group's wireless access points, they're everywhere in the America Center. Why did you choose to work with SCinet on this, on such a heavy lift?
Well, you know, true to Pier Group's name, the Pier stands for Partners in Education and Research. We're continuously looking for ways in which we can contribute and give back, and and build the partnership and inside the research and education community. And for an event like this, as Lance mentioned, right, there's high demands with regards to end user experience and connectivity, both for the attendees and for the booth folks. And so, when you look around here, right, Aruba wireless access points are everywhere throughout the America Center, as you mentioned. It's really important for the connectivity to be strong, stable, and so again, that was one of the best ways in which we can contribute this year.
Excellent. And have you worked together before?
We have. Yeah. We have actually. We've been collaborating for years now,
right.
And just this year, it was the opportunity came up that we could, contribute in this way, and we're really thankful for that opportunity.
Excellent. Good. So let's discuss collaboration while we're on the subject. What prompts organizations to donate millions of dollars to an intensive project that'll only last for a week? What do you think? I mean, we're speculating here, but...
Sure.
Yeah.
From the SCinet perspective and why we offer that opportunity, one, I think it's a great place to showcase technology in an operational environment, right? People actually get to come and interact with that technology throughout SCinet. The wireless infrastructure is probably the most accessible one of those to every attendee here. Everybody has a device in their pocket that uses Wi-Fi. The same goes for other technologies, though, that maybe the research booths are doing, where we might not all have something in our pocket that can do 400 gigabit Ethernet, but SCinet provides that opportunity, right, for folks to use and experience that sort of technology as well. So it really brings the community together and gives groups, folks like Pier Group, the opportunity to show how you can build an architecture to support whatever the requirements are. For instance, SC21, but could be your home campus, right, or your home institution as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, and it's really important for us as well. This community, again, as mentioned before, is near and dear and at the heart of the Pier Group organization. So the ability to provide in this manner is, again, is excellent for us.
It's a great opportunity. Mm-hmm. So, Jason, you have a team of both professionals and students that are working with your gear here at SCinet. What's that like?
So I have an interesting perspective on that one. I can tell you that nowhere else in the world, no other event like Supercompute, do you have the opportunity to walk the show floor, experience, the end user's experience, and then go behind the scenes into the NOC and work closely with some of the smartest and most talented people in the world.
Pretty amazing.
It is absolutely amazing.
And you probably can't get that on the virtual conference side of things.
No, you can't. And thank you for bringing it up, because I got to tell you, it is great to be back here in person. And I look forward to future SCs and being here in person, and also those that couldn't attend with us live today. It's great that they had a hybrid experience, that they could still contribute and participate to this very important event.
Right. That's been a topic of conversation with everyone I've spoken with this week is, what is the value of the in-person over the virtual when you're able to come?
Sure.
And I keep hearing the same things. It's the in-person, the networking, the collaboration that you can't replicate in the virtual platform.
Absolutely.
So I'd love to hear that once again. So looking ahead to 2022 in Dallas, does your leadership and engagement in high-performance networking give you any insights about what the future might hold? What is that going to look like next year? Of course, we don't have crystal balls here, but
sure.
What do you think?
Well, from a peer group perspective, we look forward to the opportunity to once again be able to be a platinum level sponsor. And in fact, throughout the interactions this year, and both on the floor and inside the NOC, we've already started collaborating internally on ways in which we can make an already great experience even better by bringing additional solutions to the SCinet organization. Consider.
Excellent. Anything you'd add, Lance?
The Dallas Convention Center is a large space as well. We have 160 some odd access points, I want to say, this year.
Yes.
And I think there'll be a lot more than that next year. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So a lot of opportunity to grow that footprint and maybe even test some novel and newer emerging technologies like 6 gigahertz and other such things perhaps
Absolutely.
next year as well.
So on a more personal note, as attendees this year, do you have any highlights of your week? I know that a lot of your work to set all of this up happened before this week. And you were talking about, Jason, you were talking about that concept of, this is kind of like when the conference starts, you can sort of breathe for a moment until it's time to break everything down. But what have been some of your highlights this week as attendees?
Just seeing this back in live in person, being here with everybody and feeling the energy in the room, and then also again continued spending more time behind the scenes to see what it takes, to really appreciate what it takes to support this environment while it's live, and also understanding what it took to bring this event live beforehand.
Right, a lot of work goes into it. What about you, Lance? What highlights?
It's been great to see people I haven't seen in person in a while. The whole SCinet team got to take a group photo in front of the NOC that we collectively built together. So that's certainly a highlight, to have that all come together and be here in front of it. Going to some of the workshops, hearing the cool stuff that's going on in the community was also a highlight for me. And Vince Cerf's keynote yesterday morning was really neat.
I've heard a lot of buzz about the keynote.
Yeah.
Sounds like a really exciting event. Sorry, I missed it. So let's chit chat a little bit. What did you guys want to be when you grew up? When you were like 7, 8, 10?
I always wanted to follow the footsteps of my family and be a military guy, and I did. I joined the Marine Corps.
Excellent. How long were you in the Marine Corps?
5 years.
Okay. What about you, Lance?
So I think I got interested in the shiny red fire truck as probably about that age, right? I think it was more because of the lights and the sirens and the going fast than it was the saving people and putting out fires. So that kind of lasted a little bit, and then it kind of went from there to pilot. I wanted to be a pilot. Actually, still kind of on my bucket list, getting a pilot's license would be a fun thing to do.
Sure, why not?
But computer engineer wasn't the top of the list at that age, but it probably usually is not.
Probably didn't even know what that was
exactly.
at that age.
No, probably not.
But were you always interested in technology, science?
Absolutely. I was taking things apart probably at that age, maybe not putting them back together all that well. But and I had one of those little electronic sets where you can build different things like crystal radios and tone generators and whatnot, and that's probably how I kind of got hooked on electrical and computer engineering was building little circuits and that kind of stuff. So I think I've always it's always been in there.
Interesting. What about you? Have you always been interested in technology, Jason?
I can't say that I have. I can say that, it's definitely a passion of mine now after, spending 25 years in the industry. But, as a young person, you're in the military, you come out, you're like, what am I going to do,
What am I going to do with my life?
And then you find something and you follow that passion.
Yeah, well,
if you
it sounds
find out
like
that you're pretty good with it.
It sounds like you found the right field. So,
Absolutely.
Anything else that you guys want to add about the conference, about your collaboration here? Anything that we missed?
I mean, we couldn't have done it without Pier Group. Many thanks to them for being a platinum contributor this year. The team's been fantastic to work with, and just the depth of knowledge about the system and how it's not just installing access points on stands and deploying them around. It's where do you actually need to put them, and what do they plug into that you can't even see, the tunnels that you can't see beneath you here where all the cords pull down into the tunnels, right? And having a plan for how to do all that ahead of time is the best I've ever seen at SC, the best team I've ever worked with at SC to know how to fill this space with the right network deployment. And was absolutely fantastic.
I think
it was also fun, fixing the cables that were cut under the carpets, and and the Zamboni that ran over one of the
Yep.
one of the
Knocked
tripods.
over one of the tripods. Yep.
That's always fun.
So you got to put out some fires.
That's right, we did. It's like emergency response team, network emergency response team. Right.
Excellent. Well, whatever you guys did to make this happen, it's been amazing. And again, we kind of take for granted that we're going to be connected and we're going to be able to access the internet just on this very small level.
Yep.
So thank you for that. And I know for all of our virtual attendees, they couldn't have been involved without your collaboration.
Right.
So
Thank you.
Well, thanks for the chat, you guys. It was very, very pleasant to get to know you both and to hear about this collaboration. For the rest of you, stay tuned for the latest in high-performance computing from SC21 TV. Make sure to like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and please plan to attend next year's conference in person in Dallas. I'm Charla Bokikio.